lie in your eye. I approve this message nationwide scene. We are here at Down to Earth Podcast with Shawn, Myrie, and we have a special guest tonight, the one and only Kesha Freshh.
Yeah,
How you doing? How you doing?
I can't complain. I'm good. How you guys?
We know that you got a show tonight in Oshawa, right?
Yeah, man. Sitting outside the video.
See.
So like, I know your resume, but could you tell the people a little bit about yourself? Like, you know, how you started in music, a little background.
Yeah, I've been performing since I was 5 years old. Right? So performing came really natural to me. It's kind of the whole environment, vibe I grew up in, lots of my family, music and stuff. So kind of natural. I started rapping when I was like I made my first mixtape when I was 9. I found it yesterday on my cassette. But I perfectly started rapping when I was 14.
What made you wanna rap or do hip hop?
It just felt good to me, man. Like I remember just falling in love with my soul brother. Like I just remember falling in love with listening to Biggie rap, seeing Missy Elliott videos and how creative she was. I remember being really young and falling in love with hip hop at an early age.
You mentioned Missy Elliott. She's a legend, and she been done putting in work. What was she the female hip hop artist that made you like gave you some inspiration, some like to really do this because it's a male dominated industry.
Yeah, there was quite a bit, but definitely Missy, I would say, gave me that just confidence, the level of confidence that gave me. So.
All right. So, could you give break down some of your resume, like your first projects, what you put out, like through the years?
Yeah. It's crazy. So I'm on my maybe 12 project.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Some of them are collaborative. So thank you. So let's see if I can do this. So first one is called This Is Teacher. It was a demo that was released in New York only. The next one was called After That. Million was a mixtape, 22-song mixtape. After that was Ransom, which a fun mixtape I did at high school. After Ransom, there is Mona Lisa, which is an EP that I did feature Jelly and Daryl Ryan. That was dope. After Mona Lisa, there's Vanity. Vanity was a really fun project. After Vanity, I took a little bit of a break and I did what came after Vanity? In Somebody, which is my favorite album to this day. I wrote it from. I wrote it in Canada. My first time going to Canada in 2014. I wrote it in Canada. So just a different break at that one. So in Somebody is like the highest one of meditation. Just is like the high. So I really found myself in that time when I had the album and came out in the music. And Somebody was dope. And then after Somebody, there was just a bunch of others. There was an album called Should Have Been Done. The 3-song EP. The sorority album Pledge. I worked with a group called Pearls and Bones, and we did a collaboration called All the Wrong Places. Then I dropped Field Trip, which was super dope. I dropped a mixtape called House Clothes. And then Maestro and I dropped a children's album called Julia Great.
A lot of projects. It seems it's you put in a lot of work.
Ethics.
Do you produce too? Because like hearing all these projects, it looks like you're very involved. Do you produce?
No, it's not too tough. I don't have to pay for it, but I like to session. I like to session for dope. I'm kind of like there's make beats and beat makers, and then there's session producers. So I can go into a studio. I actually learned this from Ray Robinson. I actually can go into a studio session and know exactly how I want a particular song to sound, and I'll be able to direct the beat maker on to produce exactly to what I want. So my first co-production credit came on a song with Layla Day called Calls, my album Field Trip, and we literally I sat with the producer, me and the producer sat together, and I was able to tell him, this is how I want this instrumentation, I want the drums to sound like this, we're gonna place this here, the vocals I arranged. So that's my first co-production credit. So I don't mind sitting in the session. I know what I want to hear, so I'll tell you that. But
You
for the
know your
most part,
sound.
exactly.
So what do you feel about this current state of like I would say the ladies in hip hop right now?
I love it. There's so much. It's not just one type. You know what I mean? It's a variety. We have a variety. You
Variety
know,
of different styles like the martial arts.
exactly. That's exactly what hip hop is about. You know, everybody's complaining about this sound, but okay, if you don't want to listen to that, there's this right here. Go look for it. You know, music is there.
All right, where you like put yourself right now? Like I know like Toronto or Canadian hip hop because like I recognize the name Kesha Fresh. I've been hearing it for years, right? And like there's only a few that stand out. Where do you like like see yourself with Canadian hip hop?
Wow, it's that's the question. I let other people answer for me. It's funny because when you see like there's a lot of articles and stuff written about Keisha Fresh, and there's words headlines that say like legend stuff, and I don't like those kind of words myself, but I have been doing it for a long time, and I've seen it change. You know, I always remember when I first started, 15 years old, when I had my first radio single on Flow and all the radio stations, 15, and
Yes.
I just remember Mega City Countdown, I heard digital, and like that was something that we all strive to be on as hip hop artists. Like we wanted to be on Mega City Countdown. And I just remember being this 15-year-old girl, and then being stacked up with Random, Sosa, and Rich Kid, Bishop, and so there was a time when there wasn't many rappers in Toronto kind of doing it at that particular level that myself and Jelly 25 was doing it and stuff in that particular time. And so our competition was the best. Those, a lot of them are my brothers to this day, but I just remember performing and being on stage. It was Amanda, and it was me, Jelly, Phoenix, Holly, and the
So like as you became older, like became a woman, right? Like do you feel like you had more to write about like your experiences like after a while?
Of course, the tunes end up going from wanting fresh dick to talking about them and stuff. So the start talking about relationships, start talking about real life experiences, and touring, and you get a bunch of lived experience with hip hop thing. It gives you content to talk about for a lifetime.
Do you feel right now is like your time like sometimes it takes a while, right? It's like to nurture all all your skills and like all your accolades. People are like realizing it. You know how it goes, right, with
Yeah.
media because we do media. So do you feel that more interest is in with for Keisha Fresh?
Um, it fluctuates. I mean, like I said, my career has had so many highs, man. And then it's had lows. And artists got to be honest about that. But for me, I know when I step away and focus on other things. But then I know when I want to come back and make flash. And so, like I said, when I first hit 16, and it was just a big boom. It was really big. And it was just you didn't really see that from an artist at that
That's
time.
true.
And then I hit a low, and then I went to college, and then I came back. And now I'm part of a group, and now we're touring, and we're the biggest hip hop group in Canada. And then, I stepped back a little bit. So I've had different and valleys, and so for me, it's nothing. It comes along with it. It comes along with it. I just think I don't ever look at it as like it's just high. This way, I've had experienced success based on my definition of it. Like my parents, I'll just take my parents to Dundas. They were able to see the only girl child on the billboard at Young and Dundas, the biggest billboard. That's success. Like
Yeah.
that's the accomplishment. I was able to work with Nike. That's a bucket list.
Big.
That's
That
an
is
accomplishment.
congratulations to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Big.
So I've hit it. I've hit it multiple times.
I like to hear that. So,
Yeah.
what about performances? When's the last you're performing tonight? But when's the last time you performed?
My last performance was probably Manifesto, which was August 11th. And it was an amazing show. I opened up with Socrates, and I brought out Solitaire, which was part of my set. And sorority had our first reunion at that show, so it was an amazing show.
So that was when was that in the summer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
August.
So you want to keep performing, like keep this going, like more and more, right?
100%. It's funny because these days I'm selective with the shows that I do.
which you
Lots of
should
shows
be.
come across my table,
Ah, I
yeah,
see. There's a new project in the works.
100%. The project with that's such. I have a project with a dope producer named Little Sister. She actually produced the cipher that the sorority did when we first came together. So I've linked up with her again, and we're working on something right now. And then I also have a project coming up with a group of producers called the 100 Club, who produced my record, Style, and my song.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you because it was 50 years past
Yeah, 50 years of hip
the
hop
anniversary,
anniversary and all
right?
that.
So what was your take on that? Like, do you feel that it was really celebrated properly, or were the females or the ladies getting like equal spotlight? I don't think so. Like personally, for myself.
Um, listen, we all have our opinions, and we all believe that it could have been done better. Different things could have been done. I do think that a lot of people tried what they could. I think there should have been more unity and more people just coming together to do something bigger, but we didn't really see that, especially in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it would have been nice to see something at higher level, but I think Manifesto did a good job with the show that they put together. It was an equal balance of women and men, and the women-led festival this year, which was amazing for them. I think the Junos, including Kabaya, doing the intro with Cardi. I think that was amazing. Not just for men, not just for women and men, but for just the generation. Have Hawaii and Cardi represent different generations. So we were included. We were sprinkled in. Could they have done something more women centered? Maybe, but I like the representation that I saw in different
All
areas.
right. So you've been nominated for Juno a couple times.
Yeah, so last year, children's year with my
All right, that experience that yeah. There's a book, a children's book. Like,
Yes.
what was the feedback from that? Because I've seen a lot. Like, it was promoted very well, and that's up to Maestro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
your part in that was like what putting together that track, right?
So yeah, so the book came out first. That was my show wrote it, Young Maestro School Days, and then Young Maestro School, sorry, and then the first album we did was in 2022, and it was Young Maestro's School Days, and I was featured on that. So the character in the book is called Julia the Great, and she's kind of like his rival. And so on the album, I did a song, first kid album, called Julia is Great, and he loved what I did, so he hit me up and said, "I want to get her own album." So that's how we have the Great Album 2023, and both albums have been nominated for so 2023. And he just dropped another children's album now, along with JD Era, Rich Kid, etc. And hopefully, fingers crossed, a couple will know if that's nominated.
Yeah, I feel I feel that we also need like our own hip hop awards, right, for the culture. Because Toronto or where Canada been in it for a good while. What do you think about that? Like, so people could get more spotlight, like yourself. Besides the Junos, respect to the Junos, but I think we need our own as a community.
Well, yeah, 100% agree. I mean, we had the Stylist Award, as you guys know, like that was big for the city. We awarded DJs and MCs stuff like that, and that was dope. So I really wish that we still had something like that around. That was just for us and by us, because you know I don't feel represented on a greater level when it comes to recognitions and awards. Even though they do have shout out to Juno, you have the two categories. I just still don't feel that that's a representation of the culture in its whole. And just, as we know, hip hop is like the number one selling genre of music, and so I feel as though we should have something.
Yeah, we do. We should. Um, Now I want to ask you because you mentioned Missy earlier. What's your top six? Because in the six, your top six MCs of all time, hip hop artists.
Women are like both.
It could be any men, woman.
Um, AZ,
Az.
Oh, yo.
Ah, I never heard that in.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah.
that's my top, and then Jay Z,
Mm-hmm.
um, Missy Elliott, Big Pun,
Big Pun,
Biggie,
Biggie.
and Dr. Quit. This is people argue about this. I say my sixth spot is interchangeable because I like Bombardier. I'm a big Bombardier fan.
Oh,
Oh, for
okay.
real?
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love her. I love
yeah,
her. I love her voice.
Okay.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's dope. So I'm a big Bombardier fan. So sometimes it could be
See.
Bombardier, other times it could be MC Light.
Okay.
So
See, now
Okay.
you already answered my question. What I was about to ask you: which women have you maybe listened to or
That's a good.
influenced
That's good.
you
That's good.
in the past? You know what I
Those are
mean?
two
yeah,
strong
definitely
females.
She already
Bombardier.
named two of them.
Those are strong
Yeah.
female
Are there
MCs.
any others? Maybe in the past or when you were even 9 at them times.
Yeah, Missy was a big influence at that age, but for me, I was listening to a lot of Foxy, like Foxy to me, her delivery, the way that she talks, the way she does things. I like the content. She was not afraid to push that envelope when it came to like rapping about rock stuff, and I love that when it comes to music. So Foxy's a big influence on my music.
Since we're talking about music, what do you feel that Toronto, like I know we have Drake and some of the superstars what represent for the country or the city. What do you feel we really need to fully like make artists benefit, make money without traveling outside of like Canada?
The infrastructure just lack. I mean, they see the numbers exist, but I used to live in the states, and I've spent a lot of time in the states, and just it's bigger. Unfortunately, Canada, as far as population is, and so the demographic of consumers for hip hop music is a lot smaller than even some states as a
Yeah,
whole.
She pretty
yeah,
much answered my
yeah.
question
It
on
makes sense.
past podcasts. What I've been saying,
Yeah,
what I said to you, Sean, about the population of the urban sense in the music
yeah.
here is not as high as the
But
states.
then
No,
again, which I'm gonna just say it's more split because you have a big influence of like other music, other genres like
Yes, that's true.
dancehall and reggae
Yes.
because we have a West Indian background big. So you're never gonna get. I think the hip hop is there, but you're never gonna get it like down in the states because you have a big influence of now Afrobeat too. Like you get what I mean? Like that.
100%. But
So
even still, Canada has a huge West Indian population, huge Jamaican dancehall scene. But I've seen the dancehall scene in New York. I've never really seen it in New York. And it's just because New York has so many people, it's still bigger than that. And it's just
yeah,
literally,
yeah.
it's just because of the amount of people. And that affects all of what we do.
So doesn't that show you that you really started? You have to kind of leave here after a while, after developing yourself. You have to
Yeah, I
leave.
mean, I think you grow out. I think it's possible to grow out of the city. But with that being said, I also don't think a lot of people understand that Canada is a place, and a lot of hip hop artists try to be Toronto centered. But like when I was part of the sorority, we toured the country, and we sold out in Vancouver, we sold out in Cumberland, we sold out in Calgary, in Saskatchewan. So
I like what you're saying. Yeah, you have to move out. Like,
You gotta
yeah, we have
move.
Toronto. You're in Ottawa, for example, right now.
no,
No,
Well,
Oshawa.
Oshawa, sorry. There's so much other places. You're right. They should be spreading themselves out. There's fan bases all over the place where people appreciate hip hop, and I think that's the problem with probably Toronto or that we just stick to local, right?
100%.
Mhm.
So, Keisha, do you have any other like I would say businesses like or anything like you're coming with besides like the music?
I used to own a cosmetic company actually, so but I don't do that anymore. It just got a little bit much more than I can actually do, which was a good problem, but when you don't have a lot of employees, it's tough. So I kind of stepped back, but I'm really big on like cosmetics, makeup, stuff. But other than that, I'm into sneakers, man. I'm a big sneaker person. I'm into sneakers. I collect. That's my thing.
I like that. So, if you were to give any young up and coming artists any advice, right? What advice would you give them, bro? Like.
Oh man. Um, there's a lot of. We spoke about this earlier, but I always want to understand. There's a lot of highs and lows that come with being a rapper. There's a lot of peaks and valleys that come with being an artist. And if you're not cut for it, if you think that this stuff is overnight, if you think that same Instagram followers and success is gonna come to you, this is not you're not cut out for this. You can't do everything alone. Seek help. A lot of us think we want to, but seek help. Don't be afraid to ask people for help, and also barter your skills. Studio time is like to be expensive, and I tell a lot of young artists I talk to it's expensive. But if you go to the studio and say, "Look, I'll help you guys turn on the studio after every session. If I can get 2 hours at the end of the night, you know, try to barter your skills and get yourself ahead because there's no handouts in this. But if you're willing to show people that you're willing to hustle, you're gonna get a lot further.
Facts. Facts.
I have one of the last questions I want to ask you. If you could be any superhero, right? This is something, right? What type of what kind of powers would you want as a superhero?
If you had the chance.
The power to heal people that are sick.
Oh, I love that one.
Which one?
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
Yeah, anybody who's sick or anything
So
like
that's
that.
generous. That's being generous. That's very generous to heal. So why you pick that one?
Because I just feel like there's some good people in this world that we lose very early because of sicknesses that are beyond their control, and I just wish that I had the ability to touch somebody and just take that away from them.
Yeah, that's very very positive. Very positive
indeed.
energy. So you want to tell the people anything like before we come off the spaceship, like latest singles, where they could contact you and everything?
Yeah, all your digital platforms where they could find you at.
For sure. So Kesha, FREKEYSHA. That's Instagram, Twitter, X, or whatever. But if you want to check music and any of your platforms, plug in Kesha Freshh, like it said there, and yeah, you'll be able to check out my music. Make sure you stream No Long Talking. That's my one of my latest singles. You make sure you stream that. Yeah, just follow me and stay plugged in. Lots of jobs are coming, collabs are coming, lots of surprises.
Are we gonna see any visuals coming from you soon?
100%.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I actually still want to drop a video from No Long Talking. I'm working on that.
Okay.
All
Yo,
right.
as soon as it comes out, the trailer and all that, hit it up our way. We always like to promote.
Yep.
You get what I mean? Straight up. But before we go, can you give Down to Earth Podcast a shout out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Down to Earth Podcast. This is fresh. It's official. Tap in.
Respect.
Bless up. Please subscribe to all the digital channels. And it was an honor having you, Kesha Freshh. You done know. This is how I always end it. This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message. Nation what? You done know. Bless up and have a good night and a good show.
Peace. Thank you.
We out.